Hello friends, welcome to System Admin Tutorial. Today we'll discuss about the load balancer where Nginx will be acting as a load balancer. Okay, so basically load balancer, what does it do? Whenever the traffic is coming to multiple host or instance or a single instance, then load balancer is distributing the traffic as per the load. Okay, so here you can see in the picture I have shown you three different clients are there, PC1, PC2 and PC3. They are trying to access a website which is hosted in the Tomcat server. Okay, so load balancer what will do, because in the Tomcat server all these are websites or the instances are hosted in different port. Okay, so if any one of the port goes down, then also the user will not experience any outage. They will able to access the web page or the website. Okay, so what the load balancer will do, in the backend it will redirect the traffic to the respective activated port or the activated website without notifying user that the website has gone down or the port is not working. Okay, so I can show you. You can see in the browser. Here you can see I have accessed the web page using the port number 8280. Okay, this is the application which is running from the website 2. You can see the welcome to demo application from website 2 by system admin tutorial. Okay, this is running on the port number 8280. Okay, I have changed the content because to uh, give a experience so that the load balancer is happening. That's why I have given the different content in the different port. If you are running a single website in a single Tomcat server, but you want all this to be balanced and to provide a high availability of the website, at that moment all the contents will be same. Okay, so we have already seen in the previous video how to do this Tomcat clustering, so that in a single Tomcat server we can run multiple websites, okay, or a single website in different ports, so that high availability of the website can be availed, and the user will not get any outage experience while trying to access or utilizing the resource. Okay, so you can see already I have a, you can see this is from the website one, and the port number it is 8180. Okay, and this is from the port number 8280. Okay, you can see, and also the content is showing from website 2, and this is from the port number 8380, and the application by system admin tutorial from website 3. Okay, so these are the three websites which is running in three different ports. If any one port goes down, then that website will not be accessible. So other two will work. But whenever we are using the load balancer, you can see that the load balancer is running on the different IP, that is 192.168.0.103. Irrespective of the port number, it will give the web page. Okay, whether the port gone down or the website is not working, still the user will not experience any outage while accessing the website or web page. Okay, you can see now it is showing that I am not giving any port. I am not mentioning the port number here. Okay, I am only trying to access the load balancer. Okay, in the image I can show you. This is the load balancer. The user will access the load balancer. They will not go beyond the load balancer, whether what the IP of the Tomcat server or what is it. They only try to access the IP or the website which is given on the load balancer site. Okay, whatever the DNS resolution name will be given, that will be accessible from the client side. Okay, so you can see 192.168.0.103 that's demo app. Okay, now the web page is from the website 1. You can clearly see in the screen I am getting the web page from the website 1. Okay, so if I will refresh it, the load will change and the traffic will move to the another server, that is from the website 2. If I again I will refresh, then it is from the website 3, because it is balancing the load to different servers. Okay, if one server is utilized or high traffic is there, high CPU utilization is there, that will move the traffic to the next server. These are the some key points or the criteria through which the load balancer is working, because the RR method is the round robin methodology is used by the Nginx. So round robin means in each time it will go to the next server. Okay, Everything will be available in my website, that is systemadmintutorial.com. You can access that and you can find all the theoretical knowledge from there for each and every topic. Everything I am describing on uh, my website, that is systemadmintutorial.com. Okay, so now what we'll do, we have seen how it is working, but how to configure this so that we can configure the Nginx as a load balancer. We'll see that how we have to configure and what are the configuration parts, what are the key points to be arranged. Okay, we'll go to the terminal, we'll see. Then for Nginx, what we'll do, first of all, we have to download the Nginx package. Okay, for the installation purpose, we have to download the Nginx from the Nginx website. Where you will find the Nginx, I will provide the link in my description. Okay, you can see nginx.org/download. You can see this is the link where you will find all the tar files or the zip files. Okay, from here you have to download the tar file. Already I have downloaded the tar file. So what you will do, you can see on my screen the nginx 1.8.0.tar.gz is already available. So we'll extract that file. Okay, in the desktop we'll list the file. You can see the nginx tar file is available. So what we'll do, we'll extract this by using the tar extractor. Okay, what is the command for this? Tar hyphen ZXVF. ZXVF, the flag we are using because the tar file is in a gonzip format. So GZ, that's why we are using the G as the flag. X for the extract purpose, V for verbose, and P for forcefully. Okay. Then the file name we have to give. Okay. Nginx 1.0. Here you have to. Okay. I have not given the complete path. Okay. You see. Now the extraction completed. Now what will go? We'll go to the directory where the Nginx is extracted. CD Nginx. Okay. There you will find all the config file and everything is there. So my Nginx unzip file is ready. Then what we'll do, before going for the configuration, we have to check all the dependencies of the Nginx. How we'll check the dependencies? You have to run this command. Okay. /configure, the script file is there which will check all the dependencies for this. Okay, if you have any error, then only you have to install the dependencies, or you can also install the package from the yum install. Okay, yum install nginx also you can use. Okay, so next what you'll do, after the dependency check, you will go for the make install command. Okay, you have to run the command make install in the nginx directory only, so it will install all the packages. Okay, so if you are using the yum command, then no need to use this make install command, because by default the yum will install all the dependencies and everything on your system. In here everything is installed, so nginx is already installed. Then what we'll do, for this nginx, you can see once the installation is complete, then you have to check whether nginx is running or not. For that you have to change the directory to the user local, then nginx, then sbin. Okay, here you have to run the command /nginx. If you run this, then the nginx will start. Here the error I am getting, that you might have got this error 80 is already utilized, because the port number 80 is already utilized, so this error is coming. So for to remove this error, what you have to do, you have to close all the programs which is running through the port number 80. Okay, so for this what we'll do, you have to run the command fuser -k is the command to kill the process. Then 80, I am using the protocol as TCP. Okay, you can see everything stop. So next we'll run the command .nginx. You can see the successfully started. If this command runs successfully in the directory sbin, then the nginx started successfully. Okay, next what we'll do, once the nginx started, then we have to create a file for the load balancing purpose. So what we'll do, we have to create a file in the etc nginx conf.d plus the name we can give as loadbalancer.com. Okay, here what we'll do, here we will insert some of the syntax so that our all the server details can be configured. Okay, means the Apache Tomcat on which port number or on which IP the server is working or the website is running. Okay, so for that purpose we will insert, you see this is the complete syntax. Okay, so I will provide this syntax on my description part. Okay, so what we'll do, the syntax here you have to give the server name. You can see here I have given the port number. I am using 127.0.0.1 colon 8180 because I am using the horizontal clustering here. On horizontal, what we do in a single server, the number of different instances are running with a different port 8180, 8280, and in the same way because here I am running 3 servers. So what we will do, if in your case you are having vertical clustering, so then you can give the IPs, the different IPs with the port number. Okay, if the IP is different and the port number is 8080, then only you give the same port number and different IPs here, and the rest of the things will remain same. Okay, here also the proxy path, this is the main parameter you have to use. So we can use anything, this name can be anything. Okay, SAT you can give. I'm making some changes to demonstrate you what are the parameters need to be take care. So these are the parameters. One is upstream name, or the same name you have to define in the proxy path parameter, and the server IP or the port number on which the your website or the application is running on your Tomcat server. Okay, once this is done, then save the file. Okay, now what we'll do, I'll not restart the Nginx server. What we'll do, I have to stop the Nginx. Okay, I'll check whether my website for Nginx stop. You have to use the command Nginx -s stop. Okay, the Nginx stop. Okay, now what we'll check, we'll restart our Tomcat service. Okay, in the script file we are having the startup script and shutdown script. So we'll use this to shut down all the service and start once again. Okay, all these are shut down. So let's check whether still the website is working or not. You see I'm getting the error because I have already shut down the server. Okay, it is not running on the port number. Once I, and this is the Nginx, this is also not working. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll start the service once again. You see, on port number 820, 8280 it is also working, on 8380 also working. Three different sites are running in a single server. 127.0.0.1 means it is the local host. Okay, and we will check Nginx is working or not. No, because we have not restarted the service after the configuration. Okay, so now what we'll do, we will go to the directory local Nginx sbin. Okay, here you have to start your Nginx server. It is started. So next what we'll do, what is the server IP? We check. You see 103 is there. Okay, so without mentioning the port number, you see, this is the demo app link where the my application has kept. So I am using that link. You see, by using the load balancer only, I am able to access the website. If I'll refresh, it will go to the website too. If I'll means I have changed the content to notify you that load balancer is happening. That's why I have written as website 1, website 2 and website 3. Okay, if we are running a single website, then the content will be same. Without notifying the user that it is not working, still we will get the web page. You see, I am refreshing, the load balancing is happening. That's why the web page is distributed, or that is the load balancer is publishing the web page to the customer from the different website. Okay, so we'll check also. Let's shut down one of the server. Okay, we'll shut down the website 3, then go to the browser and use the Tomcat load balancer, Nginx load balancer. Website 1 and website 2 is coming, there is no 3 is coming. Okay, because we have shut down the port, the user will not get experience that server has stopped or not working, but still the user can access the web page. Okay, next we'll shut down another website. Okay, 2. I'm only experiencing from the website 1 from the port number 8180. Okay, again if I will stop this, you're getting the error because the load balancer is not working. Okay, it is not finding any of the server. Okay, so the main part for this is the configuration part. So take care of the configuration, how to have it. So where the configuration lies, after the Nginx installation you have to do these 3 things. Okay, inside this etc nginx conf.d you will find another conf file. The name can be anything. I have given it as a load balancer. So the content for this will be, okay, this, and whatever the proxy pass parameter will be there, the name will be same as the upstream name. Okay, and here the server can be defined as per the IP address or the port number running on your environment. I think this will help everyone to do the Tomcat load balancer by using the Nginx server.